Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going over a quick trade here. This was with Ken out of Michigan, and Ken's package is right here. It's kind of hefty. It's got two things in it. I can't really say what it is because Ken wanted it to be a surprise. Interesting. So there you go. It will be a surprise, but I think he'll like it. So he sent me some automatics here and an old Zippo Slim that says Jack on it. All right, that's about the best I could do there. J-A-C-K. All right, and so this is the Slim model, and this has one dot to the left of the cursive logo, so that indicates this is from 1964. All right, a little bit of a loose lid, not a big deal though. The cam spring is not broken, it's just everything's so stiff here. So I have to clean that up, oil it and everything else. And the wheel is actually, you know, not sparking because it needs a flint. The flint's completely deteriorated in there. So I'll do a little overhaul and get that guy working. So automatics, yes, from left to right, we have this little, you know, no-name Chinese OTF. All right, these are super cool though. I do use these around the house all the time. I stash these everywhere. 440C stainless, China, that's all it says. So next up here is a very common design these days because of the Joker movies. All right, this is the knife that was used in, you know, by Heath Ledger. Everyone knows all about it. As soon as that movie popped out, everyone wanted this knife, and every Chinese company that made knockoffs made them. And this is one of those knockoffs. Now, if you don't know, if you haven't been around the community a long time or haven't researched it, the original knife design, this design was called the Cupid, and it was a model from Dalton Knives, D-A-L-T-O-N. They made very nice autos, just awesome stuff. I had a couple hidden release autos from them. They were just super, super cool. I really wish I still had them. Back in the 90s, there was a lot of Chinese companies that made knockoffs as well, specifically the Daltons, because they were very interesting and unique. But this is a single action OTF. What does that mean? Well, it has a single action. So you push the button, it shoots the blade out. Again, we've seen the Heath Ledger Joker scenes, you know. You can hear the blade play on this one. This one simply just says stainless steel on the side of the blade, and that is it. So now that it's out, you push the button again, nothing happens. You have to retract it. That's what this little tab is for. So you have to push the button in, grab the tab, and retract it, okay? So the button, you know, shoots the blade out, but that's all it does. You have to manually close this, all right? So kind of old school. But yeah, there's that. This one I've never seen before. Definitely 90s style with the hardware that's in here. All right. Interesting. Big old button in the middle. Shoots out. Actually, most times it locked. That's the first time it didn't lock. I think I was holding on to the button. Maybe? Yeah, okay. This is essentially just a button lock auto. So that's what works exactly like a regular button lock. Usually they're up here because it's easier to use, but this was just centered, but same thing, it has a little plunger. All right, so when the button is retracted, right now there's pressure built up, there's a coil spring inside the pivot. When you push the button, it just, you know, allows that blade to be released. That's all it is. All right, but still pretty cool, actually pretty comfortable. The rounded, you know, aluminum frames that they used to have on these knives are actually pretty comfortable. Next one, I love this knife, and it's just some no-name knife. There's no branding on this at all, but I think it's super cool. Again, 90s, you know, style. I like the regular just flathead for the pivot there. All right, there's not even like a female. The back side of the, you know, handle is threaded. So interesting, right? So this is the same deal. It's a push-button automatic. All right, only this is where we normally see push-button locks. So you just push it, and it shoots out. This one's nice and smooth, opens great. There's a very thin swedge on this guy that's begging to be sharpened, but I can't because it's exposed. It would be stupid if that was just sharp. But yeah, spring's still good on this guy. It's actually pretty darn sharp. Nice finish on the blade. There's no markings, completely sterile. But I like this guy. This actually is much nicer quality than something like that. So pretty cool. I'm actually going to probably carry this. Now, as you can see, there's no pocket clip and no spot for pocket clips. So this will maybe just be loose in the pocket, you know, or maybe I'll carry it on a sheath or something. Then we have the Italian stilettos. These are awesome. It's hard to date these because these could be from the 50s, they could be from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. I mean, you know, Italian stilettos from Italy haven't really changed at all. So we have the black one here. This one sometimes doesn't fire all the way. The spring's getting a little weak. But, you know, here's our safety if you haven't seen this. The safety is basically just a little tongued piece. And when you slide this forward, it's literally going underneath the button, so you can't push the button. It's a physical barrier. That's how that works if you never took one apart. But here you go. All right. That one did actually open and lock up. So if we see down by the pivot, and let the camera focus a second. Come on, camera, focus. Ooh, okay. This one literally just says Stiletto. There's a bunch of oil there. All right, and the backside says Italy. All right, this one is actually decently sharp. Works fine. These are bolster release, right? So you can't the if you haven't seen these before, there's just a back, you know, back lock, I guess you would call that, right? And there's a hole in the lock and then a pin that's created by, you know, forming the base of the blade. So obviously as you open this, it pushes that up and then the hole locks with the pin. That's how these lock up, very simple. Some of these pick locks, you literally have to pull that in order to unlock it, which you could do on this too, obviously. You just use your nail in there. But in this case, the top bolster pivots, okay? So it uses the force of that to push that up. So it's a lot more comfortable to just do that than try to get your fingernail in there. And then these have a leaf spring, so inside the spring goes up and over, and you know, down here by the ricasso, that's what's pushing on that. So as you push forward, you feel that pressure building up. That's you just pushing the spring. So now the spring's all the way here, it's under tension, and same deal, the button just releases that tension. That's how they work. Pretty simple. This one's kind of chunky and hefty. I like it. It has black synthetic scales on it. Super classic Italian stiletto or Italian switchblade. All right, next up here, same deal. This one seems a little bit lighter. This has horn handles on here. All right, I'm not 100%. It really does seem like natural horn, although they make synthetic horn look really good. This looks like, you know, regular real horn, buffalo horn or something. But same exact deal. There's a lock, unlocked in the bottom. All right, this one says Inox on the front. This one is not marked Italy, so can't assume that it was made there. And then the last one is by far the coolest knife here. We have the large, I didn't measure this. This seems like a 9-inch, whereas these are probably 5.5 inch, something like that. This one is a beast, and this one has genuine stag handles. All right, look at the back there. Look at the difference on that stag. Super thick on one side, all right, and it slopes all the way down to almost nothing there. Super chunky. Love this thing. And as you can probably see poking out, this has a Chris blade, a Filipino Chris style blade. This thing is a monster. All right, very strong spring in this as well. This is it right here. This is the tits. So, you know, who doesn't like them? Just awesome. Just absolutely beautiful. This one is a little dull though, but that's okay because I wasn't planning on using this guy. This is just a fun piece, although you absolutely can carry this around and use it. This one says Stiletto Italy. All right, the other side is sterile. Super, super cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to share these. Thank you so much for the trade. Like I said, getting your package out today after the camera shuts off right now. So as you guys have probably seen from previous videos, Pennsylvania, I'm now allowed to carry automatic knives, so I absolutely will be carrying a couple here. I will absolutely carry this black Italian stiletto. It's just super cool, old school. Like I said, I really do like this one. I'll carry this one. This one will be around the house. These two will probably just go right into the collection, as will this one. And then I'm going to spend some time, you know, refurbishing the Zippo for Jack. And if I happen to meet a Jack one day, guess what? Might even pass that on. It's super cool. I have an awesome collection of Zippos. I feel very blessed in that sense. When you have something that's customized like this, I always think it's kind of cool to, you know, if I don't have a friend Jack like in person, like in my neighborhood, close enough type thing that I know of anyway. So they're not really my friend because I don't know them. But like I said, if I run across someone who's Jack, it would just be cool if they like Zippos anyway. I wouldn't just randomly be, hey Jack, you want to Zippo up? No, but if they like ever bring it up or something, boom, it's theirs. That's how I roll. So that's it. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.